Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you. This is Anton with you from New York. Over the deal of the storm area.
The forecast is for better weather, which is encouraging news to many thousands of people. We'll have details of this top subject during the broadcast. Threat of a fuel oil strike in hard-hit New York City in brief.
Welcome back, guys, to the hardcore series. We finished off the last video with saying that we finished the forge, which I guess technically in terms of a build it is done, but I want to make it functional. So we need to carve out this staircase that I put in here by mistake, and we need to put in a smeltery, a proper place for us to chuck all of our grub, metals, our ingots, if you will. I don't know exactly what I want to do for the design, but we are going to do this full interior. That's going to be our first job of the day, getting that sorted. Then we are going to move straight into building ourselves a actual house. Now this one is going to be a lot better than the last one we built. It's actually going to be one I want to live in. But what I want to do with this world is I want there to be a build for each kind of thing I want to do. So the house mainly is going to be just for me to sleep in. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy, but it definitely has to look good, and I want to be able to keep all my collectibles in there. Kind of like having a trophy case, I guess. Then we are going to move straight into, I think, a third build, and that is going to be a mage tower. So big episode today, and we are going to move straight into getting the inside of this all sorted out. So leave it with me. Boom. How was that? Is that a good transition? So we've made this quite cluttered, quite all over the place. I'll just quickly run you through what we've got going on in the room. So as you walk in, you've got a few tables where they'll be probably putting down the weapons they're forging, anything, you know, anything metal. Got some space to lay it down. We've got the anvil, and of course once you've I need to get some lava, I think, put it on this side, show that it's, you know, you're cooking it up, you're heating the metals up, and then you bang away, cool it down in the cauldron, and then put it onto the tables. So it all makes sense on why it's here. And then we've got the actual smeltery, which is accessible, I promise. It's a bit tall, but then we've got all of the storage for the forge. Got the stone cutter here so that you can, you know, you never know, they might be grinding some things. A bit of a smithing table with a handheld lantern so they can carry it around, see what they're working on. Very dirty, filthy in here, just covered in black soot and everything. So I'm very happy with how this has come out. Then we come out, and I've actually just spent a bit of time planting some of the giant spruce trees so that we get some podzol around here. Now I think I like how it looks, but I definitely want to be able to mix in some mud bricks, some coarse dirt and everything, really texture up the ground around here. But this is just a good start. This grass feels illegal though, the fact that it's growing on here, but I think we'll leave it for now. It adds a little bit of character. Then we move into the second half of the building, which is more like the living quarters. Now this bottom floor is like real damp, dark, probably where they would have their kitchen and all of that. I haven't thrown any of that in here because I just don't really know what kind of layout I want to actually do. But then when you come upstairs, also not done, but I've thrown a table and the extra chisel bookshelves I've got. Now I need my bed because it's getting dark, but I think that is the forge currently done for now with what we are able to, with the pieces that we have in our possession. So let's go to sleep, and we will move on to our second job of the day, which is building our house. Now I'm going to go look for some inspiration, but I'm very happy with how this first one has come out. So let's move into the second one. So we've been on a bit of a mining adventure because my gear is looking a bit dire, and especially this pickaxe now. And I would love a fortune pickaxe, especially because now we have all of this diamond ore. 61. So once we get, I'm going to mine 3 of them. We're going to make a new pickaxe, put fortune 3 on it, and then we're going to mine all of this, and hopefully upgrade our gear so that we can actually make a bit of progress a bit faster now. That's what I'm going to do right now. A bunch of materials ready to build our house. Now, I haven't really decided what kind of shape I want to build, but this is the area I have got allocated for it. Nice, just off the little river. Nice view of the forge in the distance, pumping away. So we are going to hustle into this build. Let's go. Alright, and there we go. I am very gleeful about how this build has come up. I realized in the last episode I said I was very happy with a build. Probably one too many times. You may have noticed in the time-lapse that we kind of 3D printed this layer by layer. That's because I have a confession to make. We may have been using a mod called Lightmatica. Now, I use Lightmatica because I built this in a creative world because I'm just very stressed about making the same mistake we made in the first episode where I built a crap house. So I wanted to make sure we were making something that I actually like, so I built it in creative first, and as I said, I'm very gleeful about this one. It kind of just fits right in where I wanted it to. It's a nice tall manor. So the plan is with this build, I also realized I forgot to put cobblestone throughout the front, so we've got to fix that up. But because of how this build looks and where it's placed, I'm thinking we can use a bit of an extension and get something going with like the water here. I wanted to be very honest about the fact that we use Lightmatica because this is just a big episode and I just needed to be able to crunch this out as quickly as possible. So Lightmatica seemed like the best choice to be able to, one, be able to build the house we wanted, and two, be able to get this done as quickly as possible. So it was very helpful and I'm glad that we've finished it. I now need... But yes, with that, we have finished the house. So let me give you a tour. You've obviously seen me build it, but there's nothing in here really other than my bed, my crafting table, some lighting, and we've got this nice big bulky basement where I don't know what I plan to put in here. I kind of want to put a bit of storage just for all the kind of miscellaneous things that we're not really using all the time. The bulk storage, you know, the things that you would put in like your attic. Then we head upstairs and we have a bunch of empty space that I'm still unsure on what to do. So currently it's just going to be... Oh, that's horrible. I've fallen out of the window. A bit of extra space for if we need it. Then I forgot to put stairs up to here, up to this final part, but I think I like this just for a little viewing platform. And once we, fill this in more and more, this view is going to get better and better. Now I've got over there a nice island, and I'm thinking where better than for the mage tower. So we're going to build the mage tower over there, the wizard tower. And that's going to be what we're kind of moving straight into after this. We're going to move straight into building the wizard tower next because I want to enchant and I want to gain levels and get all of our gear kind of sorted so that we can go and fight the end dragon. So once again, I'm going to jump into a creative world so that I can design this place. Now, this isn't something I want to do every time we build something. I enjoy playing survival and experiencing the build as I go. So I like to experiment in survival, but just for this episode, just for something new that I wanted to try out. We will be doing this build, as you can see, is already done, and this next build with Lightmatica. So I hope that doesn't make you think any less. I hope that doesn't make you think any more less of me. I'm just trying to make something cool. So, we are now going to have to collect, once again, a lot more materials for our next build. And I did try to add some little details like this moss, this overgrown leaves have crawled down the side of the building and knocked off the lantern, so that's fallen down. But it's just a little detail, and I've fallen down too. So, we shall start moving into this next build. Alright, we have gotten... I've had to do some mining, and, well, I've almost broken a couple pickaxes, so I've had to go do some enchanting on a new one, and we got the best thing we possibly could have. Fortune 3, efficiency 4, unbreaking 3. Absolutely sick! So we are going to now see how many diamonds we get. Here we go. From 40 we have gotten a little over a stack, which is quite nice. Now, with our materials and gear organized, let's continue our arch of our expansion and begin building the Wizard Tower. And there we have it. The Wizard Tower. Complete in all of its glory. So we've done a whole lot of building. A whole lot of terraforming out the front here. So it's looking a lot nicer. The Wizard Tower, it's quite mystical. Let's give you the tour. Currently we've got these chests here in the bed here that we are going to be taking away because we don't need them anymore. But this is it. This is the library enchantment room. Bit of storage for all the enchantment books, I guess. I'm not 100% sure yet. Then if you head up here, we have, I don't know, some sort of raising Gargamel, the Overlord room. It's literally just here to fill a bit of the space. And I just wanted to use some of these soul lanterns and something different to mix in with all this normalcy, including that cow. Then you come out here. If you want to access the top of the tower, you actually have to come and use the big spiral staircase. Up we go. Beautiful. Now this tower has nothing. Absolutely nothing. I thought about putting an enchantment table in here, but I was like, it's just too small. So it just serves as a purpose to get into the brewing room. Now I've still got to add the brewing stands in and little bits and pieces of some other stuff. But I quite like how this has turned out. It looks like we've got some amethyst cultures forming on the roof. It's just quite mystical in here. Yeah, that's literally the tower. It serves obviously mostly the purpose of the enchantment table at the bottom. And at least that is easily accessible every time we want to come here. I do think I'm unsure if I should put an anvil in here as well. I feel like I should, just because it is for combining the books and stuff together. But if I want to repair anything, I feel like I go to the forge, the smeltery. I'm sorry, cow, your time has come. Thank you. I'm very happy with how this little place has turned out. Too many of you guys are just serving as a bit of my dinner. It's really making the world start to come together. Like, we've got obviously our house over here. Then we've got the forge, and we're going to start putting in more and more buildings, and maybe I'm thinking what we do. I was considering making a boathouse, but I realized this is an island, so it literally only has water surrounding it like a moat. We're going to end up just building a little walkway bridge across the two. So that will be on our list to do, but now let's take a step back and really just see what the vibe is like from a distance. So if we were at our house that is still not furnished, you come up the stairs and what's that? Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Just a nice view, isn't it? And so we're going to have that off in the distance always. And I don't know, I just like how mystical it kind of looks. It's still supported through here. This is the spiral staircase that the wizard would have conjured so that he can get up into his tower. And that's the only way in and out through conjuring this. I feel like that's the only way you're actually going to get the spiral staircase to make sense. It looks mystical. It looks lovely. Let's use the real staircase here. Absolutely beautiful. I'm like a gargoyle sitting on the edge. The build done for now. There is still some more terraforming to be done over there, but I feel like I can do that in a bit of another time. For now, it's serving the purpose. It looks great. I'm very happy. And obviously, I used Light Matica for this build as well. And honestly, as much as Light Matica is useful, I feel like for our purposes of this world, we're not going to be using it as often as I did this episode. I really just wanted to test it out, actually get some work done. Just wanted to be able to make sure we were able to pump out this episode on time. With that, I would say we are done with the 2 tasks I set for us today. I think we have one more task up our sleeves for the day. So our final task of the day, now that we have the enchantment set up complete, is finish enchanting our armor. We have a looting sword, but I think we need sharpness, and we're going to have to enchant a bow, get power 4, and then I would say we're going to end this episode off with us going to the end. Now that is just an astronomical amount of progress that we would have made this episode. Let's get levels and we will start enchanting. Alright, let's go through. Alright, on our way through the Nether, I killed a couple wither skeletons and I ended up getting another skull, so there was that. And here we go. Into the end.